Hey boys and girls, this week in language we are also learning something new. So pay close attention, get your parents to listen in with you as we talk about prefixes. Remember, we are using the salmon color paper that says May 11th through the 18th. Okay, and you're going to focus on the section down here that says language. All right, we've studied so far this year at school about suffixes. Remember, boys and girls, that a suffix is added to an end, the end of a root word, to change the meaning. We've done lots of suffixes, and I'll be honest, I left them on the board at school because I'm at home. I'm not at school. I'm teaching you at my house. So let's review a few of the suffixes that we've already talked about just in our brains, okay? There was S, S. There was ES, S again. There was ED that makes the T or the D sound on the end of a word. We also talked about ing. We also talked about lee. We talked about ness and less. Okay, suffixes. And there may be a few more that I can't even remember. Oh, I do remember the Y suffix. Okay, so we've done about 8, 9 maybe suffixes so far. I'm going to try to remember when I go back to school on Tuesday to get those off the wall so we can review over them next week. I'm going to make myself a note to do that. But a suffix went on the end of a word to change the meaning of a word, the end of a root word. This week in our new learning for language, we're going to talk about a prefix. Now let's think about this. If a suffix goes on the end of a word, where do you think a prefix would go? Tell your parent if you think you know the answer. I bet some of you got it right. A prefix goes at the beginning of a word. It also changes the meaning, okay? So let's talk about a few prefixes that you're going to be working with this week. Remember, this is new learning. We haven't done this before, so take your time and get help if you need it, okay? The 3 that we're going to focus on this week is the prefix pre, which means before, okay? The prefix un, which means not or opposite. And the prefix dis, which means not. Okay, let's look at this for a second and talk about it. Just like with the suffixes that we already learned, with a prefix, you're going to put a box around it so that your brain will remember that you read that part of the word separately, okay? So that's how you would code this if we were doing this as a phonics lesson at school. You're going to code it just like the suffix, put the box around it. So all 3 of these, dis, un, and pre, would be coded that way. Okay? I've given you a lot of fun activities. You're going to need your crayons this week to do this. Okay? On this page, you're going to be practicing the word un. Un. The directions are here. It says color code the prefix un in each word. Use the chunk to help you read the words. And here it gives you the meaning over here as well. So I want you to practice reading these words. Unhappy, unfair, untangle, uneven, okay? Untie, unreal, unplug. I want you to do that for all of these. Then I want you to take a crayon. You could use different colors or the same colors, and I want you to only color the un in all of these words. Okay? You're going to do the same thing on the back for the word re. All right? You're going to read the words remix, restart, retell. Remind, restock, retell, restart, refresh, rewrite, remake. Miss Wilson's trying to read upside down. You're going to take your color And you're going to color the re's in all of these words after you read them. It also tells you over here the meaning of the word re. Okay, to do something again. You're going to do that same thing for dis, for miss, and here's another one. Practicing re and un. Reviewing pre, dis, and miss. Okay, so all those directions are the same. Then on the last page, you're going to do some prefix practice. This one looks a little different, okay? You're going to choose a prefix and you're going to choose a root word, okay? You're going to put those together on these boxes below. So you'll choose a from the prefix box, a prefix from the prefix box, I can't count. You'll choose a root word from the root word box, and then you'll write the whole word or the new word that it makes. I want you to choose all of these and all of these, so you'll have a different one in every column, and they'll make a different new word over here. So make sure once you use the prefix, once you use a root word, cross it out so you know you've already used it. Okay, you've already used it. On the back has a little different activity. It says choose 5 new words that you made from the other side and write a sentence with each of them in it. Then on the bottom, it says choose 2 new words and draw an illustration of them. So different words than you used up here, down here. Okay? All right. I hope you do a great job with prefixes this week. If you have any questions, you can always let me know at www.tcss.net. Bye.